Yo, what's going on guys? It's that time of year again where we get to talk about How to Minecraft and specifically How to Minecraft Season 4. Now let me give you guys a quick overview of the timescale and when we're going to be expecting this. There was 6 months between the release of How to Minecraft Season 1 and How to Minecraft Season 2. So the first season came out in September 2014 and the second came out in May 2015. Then there was a 9-month gap between H2M and H3M, which brought us all the way up to December of 2015. That gives us approximately a 6 to 9 month gap from December until H4M comes out. So maybe, possibly, we're going to be looking at a release of H4M between June and August this year. This year, 2016, we may be finding out little snippets of information from June or maybe earlier on. Obviously, we're very close to June right now, so I wouldn't expect it to come that soon. Maybe in the next few weeks we might be finding out info, but it may be in a few more months, so we'll just have to see how that one pans out. Now, we're going to be discussing all the different things that we want to see in H4M, but before we do that, let's do a quick overview of the series so far and what each one contained. Now, How to Minecraft Season 1 was really nice and simplistic. Looking back on it after the other series, it's got to be maybe my favourite one so far. It was pretty much pure vanilla. There was a lot of building. These guys did interact a little bit with PvP when they decided to, but they kind of worked on projects together. It had longevity because they were all working together and having a lot of fun, and it was a really nice little community of guys that worked well, and the series went down incredibly well on the YouTube community. H2M was a bit different. They decided to spice things up a little bit. They added in dungeons, these special different enchants as well, MCMMO. It was really, really interesting. Very different concept to the first one with all the PvP and all the dungeoning and grabbing gear and stuff, but that was pretty good, but it didn't quite last as long as H1M. H3M again was very, very different. This time we had two separate teams, the red team and the blue team. There were new members added in as well, and basically very, very focused on PvP. There was very little building this time. You kind of had community areas where people, well, for the first maybe 30 episodes, they were focused on these community areas and defending them because there was so much PvP going on. So H4M, I think, really needs to be a compromise. There was a lot of love for H1M and the really simple building style, but obviously people really liked the PvP aspect of H3M as well, but it was definitely the shortest series so far. So bearing that all in mind, guys, let's jump into this, and this is going to be the top 5 things that we want from How to Minecraft Season 4. Number 1. The spawn area would be, for me, one of the most important things that a community can focus on. Obviously, this isn't an SMP server necessarily. It may be, they may focus on that, but every single time in each of these series, they all jump into a spawn which is ready built for these guys, and they just kind of run away and go and build in their own sort of place. I really think that this time there should be a really simplistic spawn area, and maybe once a week the guys have to interact and collaborate to maybe work on a project together and build something in spawn so they can really feel that reward of having something amazing built in spawn, all these different things like a gambling thing in spawn, different buildings, different little shops, and that would really bring the community together and get everyone working, and it'd be lovely to see a group of people really focusing on a project. Number 2. Weekly community events. Now this one may be a bit different. Obviously they have done little events in each of the series so far, but I think it would be awesome if maybe once a week there were certain events, such as maybe an Elytra flying competition where the guys, maybe it's going to be 1.9, it could be 1.8, probably 1.9. They could have challenges where they got to fly with Elytra through different hoops and things, and they kind of maybe get a reward if they come first, second or third out of the group. Or maybe different things like building challenges and parkour challenges, just little things like that, which really bring all the guys together and make it a lot of fun for people just to jump on at the same time in the evening, stream at the same time, and they're all working on a project together. Number 3. Possibly organised battles. Now, one thing is that the element of surprise when these guys are PvPing is really good, and I definitely think that should maintain. They should be like a little bit of tension between different groups of people. I don't think they should focus as much on having teams this time, but you know, it's nice to have a little bit of PvP, which is nice and exciting. But this is slightly different. I kind of have a little concept that maybe there's, once people have developed their houses and their base, there could be little challenges where they have to kind of PvP in. They get put into certain groups, not for the whole series, but just for this one event. They get put into a group that have to try and PvP their way into the castle or to the build and grab something and exit. Kind of capture the flag-esque, but that's just another awesome event which I think would be so exciting to watch and so fun to kind of look at and enjoy, and see all the guys like really trying to battle and get this, and maybe get a reward if they win and come first. Number 4. A custom map, but with different aspects. Now, I know I did say this last year. I said I wanted a custom map on H3M, and it really was very custom. It was awesome, and I did enjoy that. I kind of liked the spawn area, the bridges. It was a cool concept with the two teams. But I have a slightly different idea, which I think could work. Maybe when the guys spawn in, as I said earlier, not such a complex spawn, but they've got this huge world around them which they want to explore. In random places in the world, similar concept to dungeons but very different, there are giant cities. Now, it doesn't have to be huge, but maybe they can bump into the city, and once they get there, and once they maybe grab something from a chest in the middle of the city, or maybe from a modern city instead of a medieval village, they could get to the center chest, grab something out of there, and that means they kind of liberate the village. So then the team can kind of focus on that side of the map. So they're always hunting to find a new place which they can liberate and then build around. I think that would be a very cool aspect. Medieval setting would be awesome, but also a modern setting with skyscrapers and different things would also be very cool. So I think that would be an awesome aspect to bring into the new series. And the 5th and final point is consistent members who actually play. Now, I know this may sound a little bit ranty, but last time we had a lot of new people added in, and it was exciting. You know, it's nice to have new people added in to bring a little bit of spice and a little bit of interesting stuff to the series. But a lot of these guys just played a few episodes and then left. And now, what's the point in that? You know, the blue team was severely disadvantaged because the red team were always working so hard, and a lot of them grinded on the last series. But, you know, people like Nade, I really like him, I like his content, but to be honest, he didn't put any time in, and it was kind of just a massively wasted position. Ali A, again, another one of my favourite YouTubers, but he still just kind of jumped on, did a few episodes and didn't really do anything and had no input. I think they've really got to like come up with people who are going to be consistent, going to be useful. I'm not going to put any names out there because you guys have got so many opinions of who you like to see when it comes to Minecraft. But obviously the classic Vic and Lachlan, all of those guys, I definitely think they should hang around because they always put the time in. But we maybe need some new members who we know are going to be consistent and be on streaming pretty much daily. So there we go, guys, that's my opinion for the next series of How to Minecraft Season 4. Really looking forward to it, and when this does come out, I'm going to be maybe covering a few things, covering how it is going so far, and seeing if it has actually lived up to our expectations. If you have enjoyed this so far, guys, make sure to smash that like button, and don't forget to subscribe for more awesome and up-to-date content. Thanks for watching, people, and I'll see you in the next one.